Today we're going to talk to my friend Seth. He has a story for everyday people and very sweet guy, and he's going to share part of his journey with us. So Seth, welcome.
Hello.
And you just share part of your story, whatever you're comfortable sharing.
All right. Well, I'm going to start all the way back in when I was in high school. That was, let's say, about, 6 to 8 years ago. I was just kind of just a young kid in this world and never did too much, never experienced too much, lived a pretty normal lifestyle until about, I'd say, it was late my junior year when my father ended up passing away. And it had hit me pretty hard, even though my father didn't live at home at that time, but still losing a parental figure it's an interesting experience because they're just gone so early in your life.
Very hard.
But moving on from that, it definitely it pushed me to strive more because one of his last goals in life was to become an auto body mechanic. He was one semester from finishing college.
Oh.
And there I am in high school, just trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, and yeah. So then I set my heart on, I've got to do college. I've got to become a first-generation college student, and through the help of many people, I'm going to name off one, the Hickson Opportunity Awards. They are a great group that helped me achieve my dream of going through college.
So tell us about that award.
About that award, it is there for those in Iowa, purely for Iowa denizens.
Okay.
One person from each county who's in a financial hardship and has experienced something extreme in their life, such as me. I actually had multiple things during that time. And it was an interesting time because having my father pass away and then following that up into my senior year of high school, my mother had run into some hardships and the family found itself in a very hard place. I was almost on the street and just looking for every opportunity to get out of that. Hence, when I had a very helpful guidance counselor tell me about the Hickson Opportunity Awards. And that group, plus my own perseverance, has got me to where I am today. 3.5 years of college got me a full-time degree and a full-time job. And despite having such difficult events occur early in my life, here I am today, making the most of it.
I love that. Are you willing to share some more of the difficult parts?
A little bit more of the difficult parts, like where?
Well, whatever you think might relate to other people that might have gone through similar difficulties.
Oh, I gotta say,
What you learned from some of those difficulties. You said your mom went through some difficult times.
yeah. So a little bit more about my mother during that time. She had experienced a lapse of judgment and let herself go towards a bit of substance abuse. And that affects a lot of the nation nowadays.
Yes.
I mean,
We
she
all
had
try
a
to
lot
find
of,
coping skills, and sometimes they're healthy,
uh-huh.
and sometimes they're not.
And that tells a little bit about some generations where it's just coping skills were not as. Each generation has its own coping skills, and unfortunately, she had some bad influences in her life that led to a poor turn. But she, however, I mean, she got hit with it pretty hard and made it out. She's been sober for, I think it's 3 years now,
That's awesome.
and she's doing wonderful. I mean, I've helped her get some woodworking equipment and helped her just move her mindset to something more creative.
That was good thinking, Seth.
And yeah, I say experiencing that was definitely an interesting time. I wouldn't say it hit me as much as it hit her, though. That was probably the most intense part, because she saw everything in her life just could almost go away in just a blink of an eye. And from my perspective, it was just all downhill and unfortunate. But I'm glad that she's crawled back up from it and is doing better.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Any other things? You said you had quite a few things that were...
Oh,
Only what you're willing to share.
yeah. I'd say on the topic of in the past few years, me being of a younger generation, I definitely feel like one of the more interesting things that I've had in life is friends. And friends definitely are, they're an interesting bunch, because it can always just change in a blink of an eye, where I've known somebody my entire life, and all of a sudden one day they're gone. Or I've met and gone through so many friends. I had a hard time. Definitely, it's knowing people is a skill, and that is something that I developed later in life. I've had friends that were emotionally manipulative, and so many red flags. You gotta watch out for stuff where they're just trying to control aspects of your life. They're trying to usurp you, and it's a skill set that me being of when I was, I mean, way younger. One of the most interesting facts about me was I was silent back in pre-K, and they thought I was retarded. Put me through, I had preschool, and then you had pre-K. They put me through pre-K twice. I was supposed to graduate a whole year early, but no. That was definitely an interesting to think about, that all because I didn't talk too much when I was younger. I got profiled, and then that just stuck with me for my whole life.
Wow.
I mean, second round of pre-K, I did start talking. I had to. I had to graduate and move on. But I've just never had that set of social skills that other kids had until I experienced people later in life. And it's worth meeting people, because how else are you going to learn to build those social skills? to figure out people. Everybody's different, and everybody takes a different approach.
Yeah. I'm gonna step in here with you, Seth. But I have you in here too. Thank you for sharing. It's hard to share hard things, and but I find that by being vulnerable, we can relate to other people. Other people can say, "Oh yeah, I struggled with that." Or when you were talking about friends, I have had friends that I have had since I was in junior high, and I mean we were tight all the way up till just a few years ago, and I lost a couple friends through some hard patches we had in society, and that was really hard. So I know the loss of friends and how hard that is. I'm happy that your mother made it out of the pit. You know, we can all fall there. None of us are beyond making bad choices or just trying to cope in a difficult world without making some mishaps along the way. So I'm glad she's doing better.
Yeah.
Tell us what kind of things helped inspire you when you were young and you wanted to like get out and get on your own and succeed and go to school. What things helped you do that? I mean, the scholarship, obviously.
Yeah. From a young age, I've always been a person that never wanted much, but later in life, I definitely developed a desire to do things my way, and that led to me pushing to get out of the house. I wanted to go live on my own. I wanted to go have my own rules to live by. If I was under somebody else's roof, then that was I had to abide by their bidding and abide by their rules. But what really pushed me the most was just my desire and will to succeed, because my family has always been just a bit on the just gliding through life kind of style, and I wanted to do a bit more than that. I wanted to go out there, not quite make a difference, but do something.
Mm-hmm.
That was the goal. I needed to do something. I needed to succeed somewhere. And I'd say I'm making a pretty good start at it.
You are.
Made it through college, got myself a job, working towards living on my own rather than roommates. But, you know, all this takes time, all this takes effort, and that's just what I'm going to keep putting in.
Amen. Seth, it's really a joy to meet you. You're just a very friendly person, a very personable person, very transparent, and it's really been a joy to know you. When I went through some difficulty this past year, losing my son, Seth he's always engaged conversation, and I've appreciated you very much.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, you do make a difference. All right.
Everybody makes a difference
That's
in
right.
their own little way.
That's right. Yeah. So thanks for having this little interview. It's one more everyday person. And the point of this is just to encourage people that we all have struggles and that we can get through it and we can encourage other people. So have a great day. What do you think?